In the last exercise, instead of selecting all H5 elements, you selected only the H5 elements nested inside the description elements. This CSS selector was more specific than writing only H5. Adding more than one tag, class, or ID to a CSS selector increases the specificity of the CSS selector, like I mentioned in the previous exercise. For instance, consider the following CSS. We have the CSS rule with the tag selector, P element in this case, and right here we have all the P tags inside of the elements with the class of main. Let's see, both of these CSS rules define what a P element should look like. Since main P has a class and a P tag as its selector, only the P elements inside the main element will appear red. This occurs despite there being another more general rule that states P elements should be blue. So all the P elements that are nested inside of this element with the class of main will have the color of red, and they will override the color of blue. Let's see the instructions. In style.css, write a selector for H5 elements. Inside of the curly braces, write color Rebecca purple. So H5 color set to Rebecca purple. Notice that the H5 elements in the descriptions will not change color, they will continue to be teal. Yeah, because they have the higher specificity and they are selected with more than one selector. This is due to there being a more specific selector for H5 elements that you brought in the last exercise. Because of the more specific CSS selector description, H5 selector, the more general selector of H5 will not take hold. And let's see, by saving our code and let's see the HTML by Stacy Gray, by Stacy Gray. Right here we have the Rebecca purple color. That is the only H5, I think. And these H5 nested inside of the element with the class of description, they are still color. They still have the color of teal because they have the higher specificity in this case. Okay, this should be all. Let's proceed.